Hey guys, welcome back to New Stuff TV. And to you new guy girl who just showed up for the very first time, welcome to the Untechnical Tech Channel. I'm your host, Antoine. Guess what I have shoved in my ear holes, Richardson? Because today we're going to be talking about the brand new Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. Now last year when Samsung released the Galaxy Buds 2, I was not impressed. In fact, I was so unimpressed, I didn't even have them on the channel because I really didn't care for the Galaxy Buds Pro shape because it was just this odd shape, right? And then they come out and double down on that shape with the Galaxy Buds 2. But then they double or triple down on the shape with the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. It seems like they've merged the two and then given all the Buds 2 the Pro features and stuff like that. But for some reason, this right here, this matte finish, man, this makes all the difference. I still have them in my ears because you've been listening to the call quality sound from the mics in the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. I actually think it's really good. As a matter of fact, it's probably in my top 5 to top 3 as far as call quality goes. But I'll go ahead and take them out now because I want you to actually see them and see what I'm talking about when it comes to this matte finish and this touch coating. You see that right there? It has a very similar shape to the Galaxy Buds 2 and Galaxy Buds Pro, but for some reason this matte finish seems to make all the difference. They actually fit a lot more comfortably in my ears without having to fidget around too much. And it's just a better feeling as far as the comfort goes. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they actually changed the shape at all, but I think it's just this matte finish right here with this soft touch coating on the earbuds that's making all the difference. Now, before I get too deep into this video, I'm sure you've noticed these other 3 earbuds I have here. I have another video that I've actually compared the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro to as far as the brand new Soundcore Space A40, the Soundcore Liberty 3 Pros, as well as the Sony WF-1000XM4s. So that video is out there, so go ahead and watch that one after you finish watching these. But let's get back to the start of the show here. Samsung has managed to take something that I did not think was so great, which was the Galaxy Buds 2, and turn it into something I'm saying wow about within the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. And all it took was a few refinements in the form, materials, as well as the comfort. But right here, we're looking at the app, and you see on that first panel, we have noise controls. Now, I will tell you that the active noise cancellation is really, really good. Now, they're earbuds, so they're not going to give you that same, like, all or nothing, noise canceling that an over-ear headphone is going to give you, but they do really give you a good, solid, active noise cancellation when it comes to the low and mid tones. High tones, you're still going to hear them, but they are pushed way, way back there to the point where they do not disturb you anymore. Now, I like ambient sound because I just like hearing my environment while I'm walking around in the streets with earbuds on. When I wear earbuds, I'm typically wearing them as a single earbud when I'm talking to my wife or she's in the house or something like that, because she'll be rambling one of my ears off. Like straight up rambling my ear off. And then I might be, scrolling through TikTok or something like that. And, speaking of TikTok, y'all need to go to my TikTok, man. Check out my TikTok and my Instagram. Subscribe and follow and do all that stuff. But yeah, man, I'm multitasking, man. I got the wife rambling. I got one piece in my ear. Or if I go to the grocery store or Home Depot or something, I need to hear what's going on around me. But since I'm at the store, Home Depot, I'm usually asking for help because, you can't never find help in Home Depot, but when you do, you got to be on top of things. So they have this feature here called Voice Detect, which is actually kind of borrowed from Sony. Sony does this way better. The way Samsung does it is they actually, as it picks up your voice, it attenuates the music, kind of just like really, really lowers it. It doesn't mute it or pause it. It just lowers the music and lets you talk over the music. So it's still very distracting as you're having that conversation, but at least they're moving in the right direction with it here. So we have Voice Detect, and you can actually change that to be a 5-second, 10-second, or 15-second delay and when the music actually kicks back in. Now, I want to talk about this 360 audio, because I think it's kind of a waste, okay? It's a good feature to have. I'm glad we have this stuff, but I think it's a waste until they improve it. Head tracking. First of all, it allows you to turn it on and listen to your music or watch videos with it on. I really don't experience that much of a difference with it on or off. Nothing to seriously, I just really don't feel anything. But when you turn on head tracking, it'll go from left to right channels, as you're watching whatever content you're watching. But think about this, man. If you got your phone in your hand, you're gonna be doing all this. You're just watching it, you know what I'm saying? Even if you're watching TV on a 60, 70-inch screen, you're far enough back to where you ain't got to do all this. And if you are that close to where you got to do all this, you need to scoot your butt back because you're too doggone close to the TV. So this right here, I think it's a waste, man, especially with the head tracking. But it's nice that they're thinking about stuff like that because I do like features that will, play with your audio and make it more immersive. And that's what that is supposed to be doing. Now, this is something that's interesting, especially for a set of earbuds, touch controls. Okay, so if you're going to have touch controls, give us some touch controls. And they do it here, but by default, they're turned off when you first take them out of the box. Got to turn this stuff on, man. You got play and pause for a single tap, and then you got the double tap, which will take you next and back, and triple taps and holds and stuff like that. The thing is that it's mirrored on both earbuds, okay? And that's fine. But what if you want to change it up a little bit and you want, let's say, volume controls? Well, if you get volume on one ear, it automatically defaults to volume on the other ear, meaning that if you take out one ear, you only have volume up or down on the other ear. So I wish they would let us kind of customize this a little bit. I'm really glad that they give us all this, but where they fall short is volume controls. They do not come with volume controls engaged. In fact, you have to go in the earbud settings and go down to labs. Now this is interesting. This is why they call it a lab, because you have to double tap the earbud, and it shows you that you're supposed to double tap this little dangly piece right here on the ear. And it doesn't always work. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, there it worked. Yeah, you see how much I had to do that? So that's not always the best implementation of it, but at least they give it to you. But I think Samsung could do a much better job when it comes to full controls. I like that they have full controls. I think they could tweak that a little bit more. Now, they have these other features. You got the Bixby wake up and stuff like that. I don't know what it is about Bixby, but Samsung is married to it, man. Let's get into the EQ, man. All right, we got normal EQ, which is what it comes with out of the box. It sounds really good out of the box. It's a nice general like ear-pleasing sound to the general population. But if you want to change it up a little bit, I like to go into dynamic. That's where I think you're going to get the most bass possible without muddying up the music. You see here where it says bass boost? That's too much. That's too much. It's kind of muddy. Keep it right there on dynamic. You're going to get a nice little punch and a boom when you need it. And then those trebles and mid-tones are still going to shine through, even though it is still very bassy on dynamic. So as far as sound quality, these are great sounding earbuds. I just think it's more of a, I guess in today's world, the forward bass is kind of like the general population's take on sound. You want that bass being forward. Me, I like to dial it back a little bit and bring out the mid-tones and the treble, but this right here I think will please the general population. Samsung actually nails it when it comes to lifestyle features, and that's where we get into use ambient sound during phone calls. It just lets you take a phone call and it pumps in ambient sound so you can hear your environment almost like you're on a regular, handset taking a phone call, because you can hear all that stuff, right? So it just makes the phone call feeling more natural. So it's not so jarring when you have these plugs in your ear, because nobody wants to talk to someone else in a tunnel. And it makes you raise your voice when you're talking if you have earbuds plugged into your ear and you can't really hear your outside environment. So it just makes it less annoying for you. So I really like that that's there. And then another thing is, you have the neck stretch reminders, which is something, you don't need until you have it, which is basically going to tell you, hey, once you calibrate this thing, it's going to say, hey, man, you've been staring at your head or at your phone or device too long. So lift your head up and stretch your neck. I actually really like that feature because I find myself getting caught up, watching TikToks and Instagrams and stuff like that. Like I said, you need to go check my stuff out. But yeah, you get caught up, man. So you get this little reminder here. It's almost like, this is kind of like a fitness worked into your earbuds here. But when we talk about lifestyle, we have to talk about what you're going to be doing with these things. 5 hours of battery time is, I think that kind of sucks, to be honest with you. 5 hours is very short when it comes to battery life. And especially if you're going to be, using these as a lifestyle piece, man. You're going to be taking these on your person with you wherever you go. They do have this case, which is very pocketable. This case is very small and you can just shove it in your pocket. But if you want to keep one in your ear and then trade out the other one, that gives you 10 hours of battery life, right? So that's one way of using them. But a straight up 5 hours, I think that's real weak on Samsung's part because, by now we should have upped that battery life a little bit. But while you have them in your ears and you're doing all this stuff, what if it rains? What if you're working out? What if you just happen to, splash in the pool and forget they're in your ear because they're so comfortable? Well, lifestyle features. And that means they are IPX6 IP6 or IP67. Either way, they're rated for water resistance, like proofness, and dust resistance and proofness. So yeah, you can actually beat these things up pretty good in your life and they're still gonna work for you. Yeah. You know what? Sometimes we put these things, like, I don't know about this case, but sometimes people will put earbuds in their pocket and then forget they're there. Next thing you know, they're in the washing machine. I've heard about them stories before. So yeah, these are actually gonna make it if you actually put them in a washing machine. I don't know about that dryer, homie, but they'll make it in the washing machine. As you heard from the call quality test and what I said about the ANC, you can see all these like grills and microphones here, but that little dot right there, that's actually a motion sensor that lets it know whether it's in your ear for phone calls or just taking it out. I like having that feature embedded in a set of true wireless earbuds because sometimes you do need to take them out for something and just hang on to it real quick, but you don't want that music still playing because it's essentially draining your battery life. And then when you put it back in your ear, it immediately starts playing again. So I really like that feature right there. Another great feature to have is multi-point connection. Now, Samsung does multi-point the Samsung way, okay? It's not like, you know, you can just take any device, you know what I'm saying, and hook it up to your phone and your tablet or your PC and TV and whatever. It doesn't really work like that. Samsung, it's really friendly when it comes to Samsung devices, such as my TV. It works well with my TV and my phone. It works well with my Samsung Galaxy Book Pro. With my Samsung phone. It works well with my Samsung Galaxy phone and the Galaxy Tab S8 Plus or Ultra. Works great with Samsung products. It just identifies them and knows how to switch back and forth between a phone call and media playback. But if you have any other device, you know, such as like maybe Windows or Apple and stuff like that, just hang it up, man. You're not gonna have that seamless experience. But speaking of seamless experience, man, this right here, this is the reason why I ended up with these earbuds. As I said in the beginning of the video, I wasn't really pleased with the Galaxy Buds 2, so it made me not want to get the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. But because I got the Galaxy Fold 4 and all those bonuses that they gave out when you did your trade-in or reserve and everything, I got this phone, and I think a lot of people are sleeping on this phone. I know it gets its normal phone fanfare, but we got to talk about this, man. So that's really all I have to say about the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. I think they're great earbuds. They're like $229. That's a lot, but I think it's worth it, especially if you're going to use them in a lifestyle case. You know, these are very lifestyle oriented earbuds that I think can travel with you throughout the day and do a good job of, you know, being your little companion. But this right here, that's what I want to talk about, man. So let's get out of here, man. I'm tired of sitting on this little stool. Wilson, bring your stuff and we're going to go into the other room and we're going to talk about the Galaxy Fold 4. So follow me to the next video.